Dude, this is next level.
What? What? Turn the flashlight on if you want us to stay.
Earl Ray, is that you?
The year was 1866. Prisons throughout Tennessee had begun leasing inmates for manual labor. This was a dirt-cheap alternative to hiring skilled contract workers. The timing of this practice couldn't have been better, as in 1877, federal troops left the South upon the ending of the Civil War. Tennessee, like many other southern states, was left so broke that using prison labor became essential. By the year 1891, the Tennessee coal mine in Anderson County adopted this practice. Unfortunately, mass corruption began to spread almost instantly. The conditions were described as de facto slavery, with the mining companies building their own housing. I use that term loosely, as there were no ethical practices in place. This means anywhere from 5 to 7 prisoners on average would share a single bed. These facilities ran rampant with numerous diseases and violence. Brutal lashings were handed out to any inmates not doing a satisfactory job, and proper medical care was not a priority. Unfortunately, this wasn't the only thing the inmates and mining companies had to worry about. Rising tensions with locals over cheap prison labor stealing jobs hit a boiling point when in 1891, in the town of Coal Creek, armed local miners began to form loose pockets of resistance and began guerrilla warfare campaigns. They raided camps, tore down stockades, and even forced both the guards and inmates onto a train and had them shipped out of town. This became known as the Battle of Coal Creek. This wouldn't be resolved until the governor was forced to send in state militia. However, it could be argued that the local coal miners lost the battle but won the war, as after this conflict was settled, the state abolished the practice of leasing inmates for labor. Yet not even this would stop the state from finding other ways to profit from prisons. The solution? The state got into the coal mining business for itself. Geologists surveyed the surrounding areas, and the area beside the town of Petros in Morgan County was deemed as the most ideal location in the state for coal mining, thus eliminating the middleman and giving birth to Brushy Mountain State Penitentiary. The original structure was a 4-story wooden hell on earth. It was comparable to the infamous harsh Siberian prisons of the Soviet Union, and by 1931 housed around 976 men. This was roughly 300 more than its capacity. Due to harsh criticisms and the site's overcrowding issues, plans were drawn up for a new structure. This new version of Brushy was built using concrete and sandstone that was locally mined and broken up by the inmates themselves. By 1934, the new Brushy was finished and surrounded by an 18-foot stone wall. The prison was actually built in the shape of a traditional cross, and while this may seem like it was built as a form of comfort to the inmates and a possible road to redemption, its true intention was far more sinister. When approaching the prison, the cross is actually upside down. This was done as a way to let new prisoners know exactly what kind of place they were about to call home.
Dude, this is next level.
Standing alone in the courtyard is the whipping post, where the practice of brutal lashings continued.
Alright, you want to check out the gymnasium first?
Our first stop is the gymnasium, where prize fights were a regular occurrence.
Wait. Do you hear that? Oh God.
God.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
If there's anyone in here, we just want to say hello. My name is Colby. My name is Sam. We traveled all the way from Middle Tennessee to come see you guys, so if there's anyone in here, we're not here to antagonize you. We're not here to...
Well, we're here to antagonize one.
Only one of you. But I don't think that dickhead's here.
Talking to you, James Earl Ray.
Son of a bitch.
Though Brushy Mountain had its fair share of inmates, the most notable person ever housed in this facility was James Earl Ray. James Earl Ray was an escaped convict from Missouri who made his way to Tennessee. In April 1968, at a hotel in Memphis, Ray shot and killed none other than Martin Luther King Jr., the leading figure in the civil rights movement. Ray managed to flee the country but was caught in England and sent back to the U.S. to answer for his crimes. He managed to avoid the death penalty by pleading guilty to murder, but would later recant his confession after receiving a 99-year sentence. Throughout his stay, Ray consistently claimed he was innocent and was merely a fall guy for the FBI, who he claimed were the ones who actually killed Dr. King. Several high-profile stories and an eventual trial would follow, but all of these attempts would fall flat and would not shield him from violence at the hands of other inmates, justifiably angry with him for killing the Reverend King. Ray would actually manage to leave Brushy, but in a less than ideal manner. In June 1981, Ray was attacked by 3 inmates and suffered more than 22 stab wounds. He would spend the remainder of his years being moved from the Nashville State Prison to Brushy and back, until he finally passed away in Nashville due to kidney disease and liver failure at the age of 70.
Did you guys in here like James Earl Ray?
At this moment, our digital recorder picks up an unexplained voice, possibly saying, "Not here." Logical explanations for this sound could be shoes pivoting or rustling on the floor.
James Earl Ray? James Earl Ray? James Earl Ray? If you guys want us to leave or stay, let us know now. Hello? I'm not usually awake at this hour.
Nor am I.
Just throwing that out there. Alright, I'm gonna level with you guys. I'm cold. I'm cold. And I should have worn a bigger jacket. Alright, where to? Man, look at that. You're just gonna rip ass and walk away. You're gonna crop dust me, you motherfucker. See, I've been holding back this whole time. But guess what? Those days are over.
Our next stop is the laundry room.
Did you hear that? Oh, it must be a plane.
Yeah, that's a plane.
Let the records show the rumbling sound we heard was a plane going overhead.
Now entering the laundry room.
It feels nice in here, comparatively.
The laundry room would offer no relief, as directly beneath where inmates were tasked with the care of laundry details sits the hole. Not only could this lead to activity, but also James Earl Ray himself worked in the laundry room.
Oh, that dickbag worked in here. He grew a watermelon patch. James Earl Ray.
Any spirits here with us?
What's that?
At this time, we hear what sounds like indistinctive groans, moans, and talking. Logical explanations for these sounds could be the wind in the passageways or some unknown TV or radio playing.
Holy shit. That's gotta be a TV or something. Holy shit.
There was a museum entrance up there. I don't know, maybe there was a staff here.
I'm getting chills. That way. This is already on a whole different level.
Yeah.
Like we've graduated the big leagues now. That's the hole?
These maximum security cells were saved for the worst offenders, or any inmates brave or foolhardy enough to attempt to escape.
What the fuck is that?
I'm wondering if there's maybe someone else here.
That's what I was wondering, if it had to be like a TV or something.
We can always go ask them a little bit, see if someone else is on the property with us.
Oh my god. Can you imagine? Ricky Summers? Who the hell's Ricky Summers? Check your corners.
Not the whirling I'm concerned with. I thought I heard another voice.
After reviewing Tim's audio recorder, this unexplained sound was picked up. Logical explanations for this noise could once again be shoes pivoting or rustling on the floor.
Check your corners. Check your corners. Check your corners. Yeah. Let's go see if we can figure out where those voices are coming from. Yeah, that's gotta be like a radio or TV. Because if those are spirit voices we're hearing, then we're the greatest ghost hunters of all time.
Yeah.
I'm going this way.
I don't think we're supposed to come out. It may be coming from in there. This is the museum entrance, and maybe it's coming from in there. They may have security on site.
Maybe we'll get lucky someday and investigate an area that doesn't involve stairs.
Very good one.
I think we just debunked the voices we were hearing. Okay. Whew. I was getting the chills for a second.
Part of me hopes that we didn't debunk it.
I know. Because it was coming from this area. Folks, I think we just got us some real evidence, but
We'll confirm.
yeah, we're gonna go back and ask the staff to see if there's a logical explanation.
Let's do a little bit more investigating, and then we'll go ask in a bit.
Yeah.
See if it's any more than just the two of them.
After shutting down the hole in 1957, the maximum security D block was built directly on the site of the former death house, a building whose purpose was for the storage of the bodies of deceased inmates waiting on loved ones to arrange proper burials.
D Block was an isolation cell quarters for the prison's most difficult and deadly criminals. It was dubbed the New Hole. I'm trying to give this man a history lesson. And he just goes inside. What an ass.
There's a shower right there.
Yeah.
Tying the cells up.
Woo, that wind coming through. Phew.
Imagine how miserably hot this place would have been in the summer.
Oh my god. Absolutely miserable. This place would have been hell in a cell. By God. Why is there a Dale Earnhardt thing right there?
And the person who stayed there was a Dale Earnhardt fan.
I guess, but that's just random.
Baby.
Not getting anything in here.
Let's give it a minute.
No vibes. We can try a spirit box session.
Oh, check out the crazy bin first.
Yeah, do too.
After conditions at D Block became less than ideal, a newer maximum security building was built, up on the hill away from everyone else. This site not only held the worst of the worst, but also the most mentally unstable inmates Brushy had to offer. This is actually a rare occurrence, and not an area of the prison that's typically open to investigators. We are only being offered special access to this building because it is in the process of being torn down. So not only are we one of the few people to ever investigate it, we will also be the last.
I know, this is exclusive. That's right, kids, get the cheese out of your ears. I don't know if that's a real saying or not, but I'm gonna stick with it. Watch your stirp. Well, this is nice and creepy.
Yeah.
Alright, let's see if anyone came to play.
Yeah, this is like stereotypical what you see in like
Yeah, it is.
TV shows.
Let's go up here. I've always wanted to check out areas like this, but I never wanted to go to prison bad enough.
Oh, yeah, this one.
Okay.
This rain.
You feel weird too?
Yeah.
Thought it was just me. This seems like a good spot.
Sure.
I'm going to try this Estes method.
Okay.
Okay.
One method that we're trying here tonight with the spirit box is called the Estes method. The way the Estes method works is one person asks the questions, while the other person plugs in headphones to the spirit box and listens. The person listening has no idea what the other one's asking, as the sound of the radio channel sweeping drowns out the questions. And the person listening shouts out whatever words they hear from the spirit box.
Did you hurt anyone?
He did?
Who did? Did you harm any children?
They know?
The children know?
What the fuck does that mean?
Do only the children know what you did?
Shouldn't.
The children shouldn't know? Did you hurt the children? Who is here with us?
Him.
Who? Do you mean to hurt us?
Hungry?
What are you hungry for? Were you starved? Please God, don't tell me you ate the children.
Meatloaf. There's no way that's right.
Is your favorite meal meatloaf?
Shoulder?
Are you at my shoulder or Colby's shoulder? Stop. Am I asking too many questions? What? What? EMF meter just died.
The fuck was that?
What happened?
Like something touched my neck. Yeah, it's probably nothing.
What we're doing tonight is the Maglite test. What this entails is taking an average Maglite and twisting the top between the points of on and off. By doing this, you make the inner workings of the flashlight extremely sensitive to atmospheric changes, temperature changes, vibrations, and electrical fluctuations, all of which spirits are allegedly able to manipulate. However, just because it turns on or off does not make it paranormal, as there is a logical explanation as well. Remember, if you make the inner workings sensitive to temperature changes and vibrations, these things can happen on their own naturally. It becomes paranormal when it directly correlates with the questions that you're asking.
If there's someone here that wants us to leave, why don't you get your big boy pants on, step on in here. Oh. So you want us to stay? No?
Turn the flashlight on if you want us to stay.
Oh, holy shit.
Turn the flashlight off if you want us to stay.
Come on. Am I gonna have to get angry with you guys again? Oh. You want us to stay here, turn it off in 3, 2, 1, turn it off. Are you trying? Oh.
Did you touch Colby when he was sitting in the chair? If you did, turn the flashlight on.
I'll give you a countdown again. If that was you who touched me, turn it on in 3, 2, 1, turn it on. If that wasn't you, maybe there's just like a delay in the spirit world.
We're on the crazy bin, maybe he just gets confused.
Is it someone crazy in here? Well, I guess they... Oh. That was quick.
Oh, so you are crazy. If you are, turn the flashlight off.
Or are you getting kind of tired of us?
Are we disturbing you? If we are, turn the flashlight off. Okay, we will leave now.
Okay, we'll leave.
We're going to respect your wishes. We will leave.
Yep. We will leave.
We'll go back up there. We're going to try and put in tonight and see if we can capture any more voices.
Oh, I want to go back. I may go in there and do an individual session. I'm very intrigued by the whole... That sounded a lot more innocuous than I meant.
That was me.
What was it, a paint chip? You and your shit kickers you got on. Wonderful. This is the home of the shit bag. I'm going in. Alright. We are reaching out to the spirit of James Earl Ray. James Earl Ray, is that you?
Is there someone other than James Earl Ray in here?
Do you guys get tired of people coming in looking only for James Earl Ray? Alright. Take a deuce or get off the pot. There wouldn't happen to be like, I don't know, like music or something, or like anything near like where the hole and laundry room are?
Oh, that may be.
After speaking with the staff on site, it turns out that the sounds we were hearing in the hole were indeed that of a movie playing in the museum nearby. So this bit of evidence is debunked.
I swear to God, I keep hearing voices.
I know what you're talking about.
Just like faint little whispers, but as soon as I stop moving, I don't hear them, so I don't know if it's just like...
Yeah.
Oh. We're on the second floor. This is the cafeteria. I bet.
The cafeteria was the scene of two particularly brutal incidents. The first, when someone tried to cut in front of other inmates to get food first. This resulted in the inmate getting bludgeoned over the head with a hammer. The second is when two inmates ganged up on a third, attacking him with cleavers and butcher knives. Unfortunately, this inmate would not survive the attack, as while one attacker was cutting off his arm, the other ripped his spine out.
Two kitchen inmates turned on a third as one used a meat cleaver to separate his spine, while the other sliced off his arm with a long knife. Did you hear that? Separated his spine with a meat cleaver.
At this time, my digital recorder captures a voice, possibly saying, "Had it coming." However, a logical explanation for this could be that since I was carrying the digital recorder in my pocket, it could just be the sounds of it rustling around.
With a meat cleaver. With a meat cleaver. With a meat cleaver. What's this sound? Alright, Tim down there and he's doing something, but I gotta figure out what this is. I think it's water dripping. I think what I'm hearing up there is a big water drop sound, but it's because it's so consistent.
Sometimes like maybe that too.
Right. Sir?
What's your next?
That I don't know. I guess we could do our solo.
It's gunshots.
Yeah. Why is there a gunshot at almost 1 in the morning?
Coyotes.
Who the fuck's hunting right now?
I don't know, maybe there's coyotes that are out there going for somebody's cattle.
It's cold. It's late at night. That's one of the main reasons I don't go hunting. It's early in the morning, it's cold, and I don't want to go. Thank God I got Mothman with me, because otherwise I'd be getting lost up in here.
You trying to make a moth noise?
Since Tim's full name, Timothy, has the word moth in it, he thinks it's hilarious to call himself the Mothman. This is why you'll hear both Tim and myself refer to him as Mothman.
What sound do moths make, Mothman? I want to argue against that, but I don't know enough to call bullshit.
Is that what someone came off with? It's a match.
Match?
You saying I'm a match on the Mothman?
They didn't even know who the Mothman was.
They didn't know. There's been a lot of death in this place.
The Mothman did not come visit Brushy Mountain.
You don't know that?
I do know that.
How do you know?
I can't say beyond an absolute certainty. Is that a cigarette or a roach? It's a cigarette? Okay.
Yeah, that's a cigarette.
Someone left a roach there.
Someone doing the wacky tobacco when you...
Smoking them jazz cigarettes.
Oh, you know this place was chock full of racism. I don't know, being a racist, is there any bigger waste of time? Like just hating someone because they're black or any other ethnicity?
What if the black man was Idris Elba?
That was Idris Elba.
Okay, Mr. Semantics.
He's a handsome man.
He's
Gonna make you pout.
He's a very handsome man.
Okay.
All right, Tim. I think it's about time that we go get dressed in our period-accurate clothing.
Alright.
You're gonna look fantastic.
I'm sure.
And I promise, no dresses this time. Alright. Reaching out one last time to Mr. James Earl Ray.
The reason why we're dressing in period-accurate clothing is that many circles in the paranormal investigative world believe that if you wear clothing the spirits were more familiar with in their time, then maybe it can entice them to be more active. Not to mention, it's extremely funny to make Tim wear embarrassing clothes.
Mr. Ray, you might be the most weak sauce spirit that we've encountered.
That's saying a lot with Mr. Nasty.
Yeah, Mr. Nasty was so weak sauce that I took the title of Mr. Nasty. That and my pension for ripping ass. Nothing to say? Do you think that my friend over here is looking mighty dashing?
Were the village people around back then? Or was that before?
I think the village people were like 70s and 80s,
Okay.
I think.
Yeah, so. I mean,
So-
according to him, I'm probably the original village person then. With my boots and all.
Yeah, the boots make it.
You're welcome.
I'm so happy you wore the boots.
Unintentional.
When we got in the car and I saw you were wearing shit kickers inside, I was going, yes, yes. 'Cause I just knew how it would look.
You know what? I'd rather look like a village person than Dorothy. I'm just gonna say that.
Oh, well, I should step it up next time.
Yeah. You ain't saying much there, brah.
You are weak sauce. You're a coward, and you're a racist. What a waste of time being a racist. There's so many better things you could be mad about. Like people that are bad drivers. Hate them. I do.
Maybe we just don't hate.
Well, I mean, yeah, in a perfect world.
Obviously, I live in fantasy land.
I know, look at you.
Someone's fantasy.
I was going to wear the hat that came with this, but my wife told me it was not very flattering. I'll leave it at that. Hey,
Really?
hey, I'm struggling too over here.
Oh, are you now?
Yeah,
Are you now?
horizontal stripes are not flattering. They make you look fatter. So I'm feeling it
It's
too.
literally crushing my skull. And
The hat is your first concern.
I've grown accustomed to the shorts, okay?
I feel like if you sit down wrong, you're going to show brain to everyone.
Yeah, that's why I'm not sitting down. Hence the fact there's a stool right there and I'm not sitting there. Oh,
What a waste of time. This was not a raging success.
I'm getting dressed again. I'm cool.
Tim's out. All right, Tim, this one's in the books. What rating would you give it?
Well, it's hard because I don't know if a lot of the evidence that we experienced was captured.
Yeah.
But we did experience more than we did in the last one, so I'm going to say probably 3.
I would agree. I'm going to give this place a 3 as well, because we did experience a significant amount more than we did at the Walking Horse.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what do we do now?
Waffle House.
Waffle House.
Though we managed to debunk quite a bit of the evidence at first, throughout the night we found that Brushy Mountain State Penitentiary absolutely held up its claim as one of the most haunted locations in the state, and was a huge step up in activity for us. Though it is our opinions that this location is indeed haunted, the rest of you will have to decide that for yourselves. So, Brushy Mountain State Penitentiary, is it really haunted?